Welcome once again to another edition of Shelf Life Book Reviews Online. As always, I do thank you for taking the time to watch my videos, which I hope you will find informative, and when you go to your local bookstore to make your book selections, that the book I'm about to review for you will be seriously considered. And the book is They Called Us Girls, Stories of Female Ambition from Suffrage to Mad Men by KATHLEEN Courtney Sloan. And this is published by Sinran Press, and it retails for $35.99. It's a very interesting book. The author looks at 7 women who were born in the 20th century, and the history books do not really mention them. And she delved into this. Actually, the inspiration for this book came when the author was a young girl. She was looking through her father's 1950 Yale Law yearbook, and she saw that there were very, very few women. And so she always wanted to look into the fact that, why in certain professions way back there were fewer women. So in the book, as I mentioned, she looks at 7 women. And a lot of the women you likely have not heard of, but they are definitely those who deserve our attention. And one of the ones that she talks about early in the book is Darlib Zorak Ipkar. She was born in 1917, and she was a creator of children's books. And her artwork is really amazing. There are examples of her artwork in the book. And actually the author went to visit her at 96 years old. She lived in her own house still, and she took her for a tour of the house and showed her the work. Now, she has authored and drawn and written over 30 children's books during her lifetime. One of the ones is Little Fisherman, which was a popular book. It's still in print, and in it we learn a lot of the author's life and how her life really inspired much of her children's stories. She wanted to be a storyteller. She wanted to entertain children, and her works over the years have really done that. Another one, a person that is profiled in the book, her name is Muriel Pettioni. She came from the Trinidad when she was a young child. Her father was already here. He wanted to get into the medical profession, and because of that, he inspired Muriel to want to get into the medical profession as well. She was a young black woman, and she found that in the medical programs there were virtually no women. This was back in the 1930s. And when she got into the Howard University School of Medicine, she was accepted, and she was the only woman in her class. So she strived very hard. She became the top of her class, and after she graduated and got into the medical profession, she is one of the most well-respected doctors in her area. And it is really a testimony to you can do anything you want to. Don't let any barriers, like she knew she was black, and she figured that was one strike against her. It made her persist and work harder, and she proved that not just being black, but being a woman can, open doors. And she inspired other women as well to get into the medical profession, women of all colors. And it is really a great story. The other stories in the book revolve around women who, another one wanted to become a physician, which she worked hard. One was a physicist. One was a federal judge. So in the 7 stories in this book, you will really find out the author has really gone into depth, and she traces each person's story. Actually, early in the book, she talks about June Cleaver from Leave It to Beaver, the mother, and she said that was the way women were perceived. They were in the kitchen, they wore pearls in the kitchen and heels in the kitchen, and they were really subservient to the men. The men came home, the children came home, and the mother was slaving over the stove, and that's basically all that she did. And very rarely did the husband or the children raise a hand, to help her in the kitchen, to do the mopping, to do the dishes, to do the vacuuming. It was all on her. And, this book proved that women broke out of that mold and they became world-class citizens. And in the book here, they called us girls. This is definitely a book that's inspirational to women, inspirational to all people who want to read a great story of those who have risen above and become successful in their field. Highly recommended, an engrossing book from start to finish. So that's the book I wanted to draw to your attention this time out. Hopefully, when you're at your bookstore, you will very seriously consider it, because it's a book that you will not forget. So let me know if you agree with my review. So until we meet again, and we will, stay safe, stay sane, and I'll see you at the bookstore. Bye for now.